Come on in, come in, come in. Welcome. Matthew, it's just us. It's just us. You get you get one-on-one coaching if you want it with me and the founder of Repurposer 9000 and the new email tool we're going to show you. You
Up,
ready
Matt?
for some good
What's
stuff?
up, Jeff?
How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I blew through all of the YouTube stuff I had within like 48 hours the first time you presented the repurposer, man. It's extraordinary.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's just what's really cool is now if you put the hashtag and my ministry name in the deal in the metadata, it actually populates now, and it even it says there's less than 100 videos, but it's really cool that now there's a hashtag for the ministry. It's really fun.
That's what's up.
That's it.
I'm telling you, bro.
That is so cool.
Want to speak encouragement over you.
Oh, that is so amazing.
Oh,
Dang,
man.
dude, what a win for both of us, man. That's a
Yes,
testimony
yes.
right there. Dang.
Dude, well, and it was funny because I kept looking, as I was looking at all the hashtags that came up in the repurposer, I was like, hashtag Shattered Ministries. There is no hash. Oh, there is no hashtag Shattered Ministries. We're creating one, and now that I've posted it in like 29, 30 videos. It's now out there, and I love it. It's so cool, dude. Thank you for that.
That is so cool.
Isn't that great?
You
Yeah.
have your own hashtag.
I have
That
my
is
own hashtag, bro. I didn't even know what
that's
that was, but woo.
Yeah.
that's so cool.
You're helping the Lord make a way where there wasn't a way for me. So thank you.
hmm
You're a great instrument in our Father's hand.
Hmm.
Come on. Absolutely. Yes, he is.
Heck yeah.
That's so good. That's so
Yeah.
good. Awesome. Well, that's great. I think Melissa, is that you on their iPhone, girl? You're muted, so I'm gonna send you an unmute button here. See if that'll encourage you to hit the button.
Perfect. There you go.
Awesome. Is that Melissa?
I just
Awesome.
reviewed it.
Welcome. I get to see your face now. We've chatted a few times on the phone. I'm glad you're here. All right. All right. Well, welcome. So what we're doing right now, Melissa, is we have the founder of Repurposer 9000, Jeff, right here, Jeff Caldwell. And what he's done is created an incredible software that embeds right into our CRM, our King's Contact Pro website builder CRM, allows you to repurpose content. Let's say we have this Zoom video and you have the transcript from Zoom. You just pull out the transcript and you drop it into Repurposer and say, create 3 blogs for this or a 7 email series. And Repurposer will do a lot of that. And then now we've even upgraded into our own independent email pro email writer where you create HTML emails that are just beautiful and formatted. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we're doing there. So anyway, we're trying to make life easier you're already speaking the content, teaching, doing things. Now let's just turn it into assets for your business or ministry. And that's what we're doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So awesome. I'll let you, it looks like you're shopping. So continue shopping and listen in and be blessed. Yes. Awesome. Jeff, so let me ask you, Jeff, what do you want to focus on right now? I know your time is limited. We are rolling out the emailer, AI Email Pro. Do you want to look at that and some of the things we've done with that?
Yeah. So that is the next software that we are in the process. I am in the process, and Todd are of releasing. Essentially, I personally, I don't know about you guys, but I hate writing emails.
Right?
Like, I hate it. For me, I know that they're important. I realize that, but I also understand that it takes time to sit there and type it up, and it takes time to here's my idea, and I need to write a welcome series so they can get to know me. Well, that takes hours and hours of my time. Well, I also have my business, and then I have other clients' businesses, and I have all these tasks. And so for me, I it's one of those things where it's really important, but nobody's like forcing me to do it. And so it's like, it's important, but I need to make it easier for myself to do it. And so this was a tool that I built, one, just to help us just do the basics. Like, I need to be able to take the email and the thought that I have in my brain and put it into an email and make it a 3-day, 5-day email series. It might be when somebody's like now just signed up for your initial welcome newsletter, or it might be for a training coming up, or Todd sent out an email today for the Tech Tuesday, right? So just telling people about simple things, you need to be able to transmute this message, but sometimes you want it to look on brand, you want it to look beautiful. And so we built a tool for it. And so Todd's going to share this new tool that is coming out. It's being approved by the marketplace here shortly. And then once it's fully 1000% approved, it will be in there searchable. Right now, we just have a very unique link that Todd has. So if you need it and you want to add it, basically I give you 3 free campaigns. What does a campaign mean? Let's just say you have a thank you for donating campaign, or thank you for, sign up for our quick start, to be a member of the church. Well, you might have a 7-day email series. Well, that's one campaign. All right. So you get 3 campaigns, up to 21 emails with this software for free, just so you guys can get started. And so we want to show you guys what that looks like. And so if you saw Repurposer 9000, Repurposer 9000 is the tool that could do 9,000 things. All right. Well, this is a tool that can do one thing. That's all. One thing. That's what we're focusing on.
Really well.
All right. So that's the goal with this one tool. So
Oh, that's so good. Thank you, Jeff. And Jeff's his agency supports doctors and nurses and health practitioners. He's got an incredible audience that he serves, and they do it in excellence. And so yeah, and that's a lot of emails. And it's incredible what you've done for these doctors. Some of these doctors have training and coaching online and have gone on to make, I think you said, over 7 figures in some of their practices and businesses and training. It's just amazing what you've done. And I love how you've created the tools that help your job go easier. And what we're doing here with ministries and business, we have some smaller businesses and different coaches and things, and all this is very pertinent. I'm going to add, I'm going to share my screen, Jeff, just to show the back end result of what your emailer does. So we're going to talk about the email system, AI Email Pro, or what did you land on with the name on that? Do you remember?
yeah, AI Email Writer Pro.
Here we go. Yes. So let me share my screen here. And this is something I'm working on just as a welcome email to those who come into King's Contact Pro as we are launching this software company. And if you can see here on the right, this is the email. This is the HTML code, and all of these words are inside. You can edit it actually in here, and it will change over here. So what we're doing here is looking at when someone comes into King's Contact Pro, here's the link to get their new account. Here's the support library. It's a knowledge base, and here's a couple of articles that will help you connect your first domain for your website, etc. You can watch the Trailhead Website Builder series, and that's a link to that to get that training on how to build your first 3 pages of your website. And then when you're ready to book a call to get your 45-minute onboarding, you book here with our team, and we'll help you get pointed in the right direction. If you're building it yourself, if you need an agency to build it, you can hire us as well. But that's what we do. So now this is the type of beautiful email. It takes what Jeff has done is it pulls the color from your logo and just creates the assets in the right color. So the primary color is beautiful, secondary highlights, it's just so nice. So that is just as here's what you get. That's just one email out of a series. We're testing it with one email right here. So what do we want to do, Jeff? You want to go into the system and generate something?
Yeah. So let's see. Is there an email sequence in your business, Todd, that you help people with set up, that you know it's like every single business that we help set up is going to have this? Like maybe it's a donor outreach email or anything like that, or something along those lines, or even a thank you for donating email type thing. You know,
Yeah, look, what we love to do is when people use our mission statement generator, now they've got a statement, they know because we've coded that up in Destiny 508, and you've been given the link to that, and then they can start saying, okay, what am I going to share in my launch emails, or even pre-launch, or you can say, hey, we've just registered our nonprofit or our business, and we want to tell you about what we're doing, what our strategic goals are, what our values, and that's what the mission statement generator does. And so just a 3 email series that people would love to send, say, hey, this is who we are, this is what we do. Let's tell the world, and then they get to send that in the email system.
Okay, that's awesome. So you want to start with getting your mission statement, and then we'll take your mission statement from there and write your first three emails with that.
Yeah, let's create a mission statement with that. Let me go to destiny508.com and go to the software tools there, and then
So this is the tool that Todd, he's very humble with what he's about to show, but Todd actually built this software. So a lot of the times it's me showing you guys the cool software that I built. Well, the mission statement generator is actually Todd's software that he built himself for you guys. Like this was a little tool that he actually built, and it's not me. And so this little tool is really cool. I really love this. And so
yeah, what if we used Divine Alliance International, our ministry, as an example of, hey, we're just launching that, and we can tell it to, hey, just say we're just doing this, we're doing the work in Kenya, in the US and Kenya. Maybe we could use that as a perspective. Should we do that?
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Fun. Okay, so let's do that. So I'll share my screen. So right now, when you go to destiny508.com, you'll see the mission statement generator link on there, and you can click on that. This is the software that's inside it. When you start your company, your business, or your coaching program, or your ministry, put your name in it. So we're going to call this so you start here, you say, okay, this is who we are. Let's have a brief description of what we do. We have a website, so we can just kind of take something briefly from the website about what we do there, and say, okay, this is how I serve others. Select the field or area of focus. We'll go to, oh wow, that didn't take a very long at all. Okay, so back here. So the business statements are here. I'm going to expand it. So mission statement: Divine Alliance is dedicated to transforming lives in Kenya by delivering clean water, healthcare, education, and the hope of the gospel, striving for a future where communities thrive in health, knowledge, and spiritual well-being. And it gives you some starter language around what a mission statement is. And then from that, it identifies core values. And we have it, so it'll give you at least 3 core values: compassionate service, spiritual fulfillment, empowering education. So those are a good place to start. Strategic goals: provide sustainable water to 100 Kenyan communities by 2025 or 2026. That'd be amazing. So these are the kind of things. Here's your little 1-sentence vision statement. All of this is fantastic. So let's copy the plain text output. Okay, I'll stop sharing, then we'll go into the email builder. Well, Jeff, we've got so many tabs open.
Yeah, I'll drop the I'll drop the mission statement generator in the comments for anyone that wants to check those out also.
Thank you.
It is a free mission statement generator to help you, and then you can do the second part with us. And when that outputs the mission statement generator, you could always refine it, right? Refine it and actually have it like put your stuff, like make it, make it really personal, for you.
Okay. Server configuration. Trying to get to make sure I've got the right. So when you come into your King's Contact Pro account, you'll see AI Email Writer Pro, and you can create a folder.
Todd, you want
What's that?
to share your screen? Oh, there you go. Mike. You got it.
Okay. Divine Alliance International is a folder name. It's in the root. Put that as a color, company name. All right. And then you can grab your logo. I won't do that for sake of time, but it will give you the right color on that. Maybe I should do that real quick. Let's just do it. Give me a second so I can go find that file.
And do you want to refresh that page real fast, Todd, and we'll like walk over this from the start? So when you guys get that, once you guys actually have the AI Email Writer Pro, what Todd's doing, the very first thing that he's going to do is basically set up his folders. The way that we set this up is to make it where you could organize it in the future, and you could set up a folder to kind of set that branding for your entire brand. Each folder could be a different brand. So if you do manage clients, or if you do like have multiple parts of your business that are different brands, you could use this same tool to brand them. You just set the branding inside each folder, and that's what we're going to set up right now.
Exactly. I am looking for my logos. Here we go. So I'll share my screen and show you what I'm doing here. So inside my King's Contact Pro for Divine Alliance, here's a logo with the colors of our brand. I'm going to copy this link because we're going to reference that here when we start this. Thanks, Jeff. We're going to create the folder. So inside your King's Contact Pro, you have this left side menu. These are all the large categories, and that's where you start. We're going to go down to the bottom where the software is, and you can subscribe to this. Click on that, and you're going to create a new folder. We're gonna create that again here. Divine Alliance International. Choose the color, company name. Let's just drop this URL in here real quick. See that color pop up? So now that color from the logo that I grabbed is already pulled into, and it understands what it is. So company bio, I can go back to the website. And we'll just use this as our company bio. All right, so I like that gradient right there. So create folder. So now we're going to click on the folder, and then we'll create a new campaign. Is that where we want to go next, Jeff?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so create the new campaign. Campaign name. Re-engagement. Let's do that. And re-engagement. We'll just call that re-engagement. We're going to say, I want to re-engage our email list, the people that are following us. And let's describe that or help re-engage our audience and donors. Let's see what it does with that. What do you think, Jeff? It's kind of short.
Yeah.
From Todd at Divine Alliance. Any links? Let's just bring people back to the link title. We're going to say Divine Alliance homepage. You can do better than that, but we'll just put it there. Go to the Divine Alliance homepage to get involved. We'll do 3 emails and we'll do Medium. Our audience and donors. So we ready, Jeff?
Yes. Let's hit it.
Let's go. Create campaign. With that limited amount of information, let's see what it does. We'll click on this. Looks like it's writing already. Creating your emails, analyzing your campaign requirements, crafting compelling subject lines, writing persuasive email content, optimizing for conversions. And conversion just means someone has taken action. You've asked them, it's your call to action, or in church terms, if you've gone to church, it's the altar call. That when I grew up as a Baptist, they had altar calls and say, hey, if you want to make a decision for Christ, come on down here. Or you need help or prayer with anything, come on down. So that was a call to action. And so that's what a conversion is. They've taken action. So fantastic. So it's still generating. They will preview soon. This will give a plain text version of what the content was created. This will give that HTML version of what we showed you earlier for that King's Contact Pro. Beautifully styled. It's got some quote boxes, etc. All right, Jeff, look at this. It's beautiful. All right, so here's the plain text version. Hey, contact, I have something to share. I have to share something that happened last week that completely shifted my perspective. I was walking through one of the communities we serve in Kenya, and I met 8-year-old girl, Grace. She was carrying a yellow jerry can. Those are the water cans. That was almost as big as she was, walking 3 miles to fetch water for her family. True story. I just got off the phone with my director last night, and we were talking about that. We have now a water well that's being powered 24/7 by utility power. Just got that completed last week. Anyway, that's the story. So it gives a beautiful email there with gratitude. All right, and then we'll stylize it and take that story and get inspiration from that story. And you can completely do that. Copy out that text and put it in a Google Doc. We can also preview what that would look like. So let's take a look here. So see how it's got my brand blue in here? I have something to share that happened last week, completely shifted my perspective. Here's what she was going through. What struck me was just the weight she was carrying. It was the smile on her face. Awesome, awesome. Today, Grace's community has access to clean water. The local health clinic is running. Children are back in school. See our impact together. So see our impact together. That's going to go out to your whatever URL domain that you gave. So with gratitude, Todd at Divine Alliance. And then a PS. I'll be sharing more stories from Kenya in the coming days. These communities have taught me so much about resilience and hope. So awesome. All right, Jeff, that's fantastic. Email number 2, what $47 can do, you'll be amazed. Look at that. Talking about clean water and bringing in donors. And then email number 3. Look at that. I have to admit something that's been humbling me all week. Last Tuesday, I was visiting a community where we recently installed a clean water system. So these are all well done emails. They're formed out little forms boxes. Continue this partnership and brings them back into donating or sponsoring your ministry or coming back to hire you to work with. So I'll leave that right there. And back to you, Jeff. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that is beautiful. What do you guys think, Matthew? We got Slav.
Fluffy?
Fluffy, let's go. Okay, heck yeah. Let's go. What do you guys think of those emails?
I think it's phenomenal. It's a great tool. I can't wait till I have the budget to get on the King's Creator Pro and start building all that out. But it looks amazing.
Heck yes. Yeah, this one came out nice style.
Look at that. Tells you what 47 does. Yeah. $94 covers basic health care. Isn't that great? I love it. I love it. So that's just a little demonstration of the power of this new software it's going to be able to do for you. And then now, Jeff, talk about how it can be set up to integrate right into your CRM. Let's do that next.
Yeah, so scroll up a little bit. So you see on the left-hand side where it says save as templates. So now we wrote it with AI. It's like, cool, we wrote it, but how do we actually use it? Okay. So now if you click on save as templates, what we could do is, you see how it says export option? We can export it to a folder. So if you click that little drop down, if there's no folder set up right now, but you could hit create new campaign for this folder. Yep. And then scroll down and hit export selected. Boom. All right. And now that basically sends it into King's Contact Pro, right? So now we're actually in here. So if you go into marketing and you go to emails, inside templates, you'll see that we have a new folder. Okay. So the folder is the 22nd. So re-engagement, you see right there where it says re-engagement. That's going to be the folder that we created. Yep. And this is the entire emails that you wrote.
Nice.
All right here.
So that is beautiful. So we pushed it in with HTML code, but this is what it visually looks like when your audience receives that email, and it looks like this in the email, and it makes it so beautiful, so beautiful.
And you can see it already says hi, contact first name. So it plugs in their first name, already personalizes it for them. So it's a very easy, quick way to get started in these emails. Now here's how you could actually send them. So now this is in your account, hit back. And if you go into automations if you go to campaigns, you could send a campaign and you could just message your email list right from here. All right. So you could always create a campaign and it will say choose what template, right? So now we could hit re-engagement and we could pick one of these campaigns. And yep, you could click that one. And you could see this sets it up so we could schedule it and send or schedule. So we could literally send this and schedule it out to our email list right from here. All right. We could send it now, or we could schedule it just like you're doing, and you could pick when you want to send it. Your sender name, you could see on the right-hand side how it looks on mobile. So there's a little mobile view for you. So it looks really good on mobile too. You could add your subject line, which says they thanked me. I had it backwards at top, and then you could actually put it right there. You could see that's the subject line. So you could add that into the subject line right there. Yep. And then right below, you see how it says send to recipients. You could choose all your recipients. So you could choose who you're sending to, whether it's certain tagged context, only to donors, or only to people that never donated, or to a new email list if you're re-engaging. However you so choose, you could have this in here.
Yeah, you can choose from the tags, what tags they are. A smart list that's already set up. These are the people that want to receive an email once a month, or there's a whole nother list that says, I want to receive an email every week, and you can tag those, create smart lists for them. So people may only want to receive it quarterly. So
Yep.
you can absolutely do that.
So you could send it out right here. So this is a campaign, which means you want to send it out one email in the future or now. That's one at a time. Now, if you hit back to email builder, all right, and go hit back again. And we're going to go into automations this time. Okay, so in automations, this is where you want to think of is when somebody does something, what happens next? Okay, so let's just say this is going to be if we were to set up like a donation campaign or like something along those lines. A donation campaign would be once somebody donated, thank you for donating. Maybe it's an annual reminder every 30 days or a story of this is what your dollar does. Okay, whatever it is, you could tell them about it inside this campaign. Okay, so Todd's creating a folder just to kind of keep it organized. And then we're going to click on it and hit create workflow and start from scratch. There's a whole bunch of templates in there that start with, but we'll just keep it simple. All right, so if we wanted to have this as a re-engagement, Todd could, one is a trigger. So basically, what is a trigger? A trigger is like when something happens, what do we want to basically be done? All right, so we could say when a tag is added, we want this thing to be done. And we could say what tag we want that to be added, okay? Perfect. All right. And then you can hit save trigger. All right. And then you see that little plus sign down right below. Yep. Now, once you have a trigger, now that says when this happens, now what do we do next? And inside of King Contact Pro, there's so many incredible things that you could do afterwards. But for the very basic, we're just going to send an email. All right. So go ahead and type up an email. All right. And where it says send email. And here's what's cool. One is you see how it says everything says from name, email, subject, and then right below it says templates. All right. So instead of us making the template and writing the email right there, we could actually select a template. And we could go into the template that I think it's going to search by name is kind of how they're pulling it. So one of them was let's see. So what was the names of those emails?
Oh, yeah. Let's go. They thanked me.
Perfect. All right. So you see how it pulls in the email right there. All right. And now it actually has the template. You could hit edit and it will pop up a little edit thing. So you could edit it before you send it if you want to edit anything next. All right. And you can also see how it looks on the entire thing. Okay. And make sure everything works. So now you could set up your from name, your email, and your subject line, everything that you need to set up there. And this now can be an automation series. So whenever you make a follow-up series, you can think about this. Emails, the reason why they're important, but they're not urgent is because it's like nobody's telling you to set up a 7-day email series to follow up with the people that tithe to your nonprofit or that tithe to your church. Nobody's telling you to do that. However, when you do it, it creates a relationship with you and your audience and you and that one person. Because when I get an email, right? Like I get an email and you click on the email, right? I just got an email a few minutes ago. And then you as a person sit there and read it individually, right? So you're even though you're writing an email for a lot of people, you're really only talking to one single person at a time. And so if you realize like, okay, like I'm actually trying to build a relationship with that one single person over an email experience, it's not a one single, like, I need to send out one email. It's like, I need to build a relationship with this person over a course of a time so they could know my story and I could get to know them so they know why they're making an impact or or thank you for buying it. Here's how you get access to your product. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that part is effective so that they actually could, have a long-term relationship with you, right? And so getting these email written, sometimes I literally built this tool because I hate writing emails. So how can I make it easier? How can we solve that one part? And then I just have to just schedule them in my follow-up. And then, okay, cool. If 100 people come through my welcome series and 100 people get my lead magnet, and I wrote 7 emails, that's 700 emails that go out.
Mhm.
So it's a multiplier for your voice, and just
Good.
one email might link back to your YouTube. One email might link back to your donation page. One email might be linked back to your Facebook, so they get connected into your Facebook group. However it is, it's a relationship, and it's highly effective to build a relationship with your business. Most of the time, it's like nobody's going to block you from sending out your emails. It's your email list. It truly becomes your biggest asset in your business as your business grows. And so having it just the foundations of the automation setup of here's my first 3-day welcome series, like that's going to create a relationship so they know who you are and where to go after that. And so this is just a tool to make it a little bit easier. Plugging it into King's Contact Pro is going to set up that automation and make that part done for you too. So, yep. So we got a question. At what stage do we email automations? Is there a checklist that we confirm that we are? And what is our next step that gets us to implementation? Oh, such a good question, it is. All right. So what stage do we set up email automation? Is there a checklist to confirm this? Okay, so this is a great thing to bring up. Okay, so when do you set up email automations? I would say the moment that you decide to tell somebody about your website. All right, so like the soonest, like it's almost like the moment you decide, okay, I'm going to sell something, or I'm going to put my website out, or I'm going to have something, you want to be able to start collecting those emails. Because if somebody comes to your website and they don't have nowhere to like give your information, well, it's like they're here today, gone tomorrow. Well, email gives you the ability to bring them back in the future, many, many times in the future. You own that email in your business. It becomes an asset. So you want to make sure when people are coming to your website, immediately, you want to make sure that's set up in your business. Okay. So but here's the thing. It's important, but it's not urgent. Okay. Do you see the difference? There's important things in our business, but nobody is like, go do this. And it's so easy to be like, I could do that tomorrow. Right. And so this is one of those things that it's like, if you set it up today, it pays for itself in the future. Okay. So when do you do it? As soon as possible. Yesterday's better. All right. But it's whenever you possibly can, but nobody's forcing you to do it. That's why we have these Tech Tuesdays. And I love that you guys showed up, because Tech Tuesdays, nobody's forcing you to show up. You guys showed up because you're trying to develop your business. Well, that's the same thing with email. Nobody's going to force you to do it. The sooner you do it, the absolute better, because it's going to help you capture those leads so you can bring them back in the future. And then this is going to help establish a relationship individually. Think of every single time one person reads the email, they're experiencing it, but you only have to do it once. You only have to do this one time. Go through the hard part once, okay, of setting your automations. Now, is there a checklist? Here's a checklist that I use when I personally go through my business and businesses for clients. I go through interactions. Okay. So if I'm promoting, let's just say Tech Tuesday, right? We need to have a notice of how did they get there of before, right? So how are they getting there before? Are you emailing them before about the event? So here's the beforehand. So now you want to draw like, okay, I need to have an announcement email. How many announcement emails are you going to have? 1, 2, 3, or 4, right? Or 7.
Mhm.
Then you need to know, once people sign in and say, yes, I want to join this event, or thank you for donating. Now you want to say a thank you, right? You just did the action. Thank you for doing it. And now you're saying a confirmation plus a welcome plus here's your next steps. That's what's in those next emails. Okay. So analyze everywhere you have that in your business. one, are you going to announce that thing? And then two, once they do that thing, what happens afterwards? Once they purchase, what happens afterwards? Once they donate, what happens afterwards? Once they sign up to become a new member in your church, what happens afterwards? Right? Do they get a welcome packet? Do they get a welcome email? Do you get to know them over 7 days that you encourage them to write you back in a personal message? Right?
Mhm.
Like that's the communication that you're doing with your audience. And so doing it and setting it up once is and analyzing it like is the thing that's not urgent, but it's important. And so you guys going through it and saying every spot in my business that they accept an email, make sure that there's a follow-up there, and then you build it. And so that's why I give you guys 3 campaigns. 3 campaigns is up to 21 free emails, right? So you can write your campaign to let them know that you have a new website. That's one campaign, but that might be a 7-day announcement over the next 2 weeks. Okay. So think of it as a campaign as a series of emails that you're going to be sending out, and your message is spread out over those few days. Okay. It's not just one email. That's thinking short-sighted. You want to think of how am I going to establish a relationship over 7 days
And
with this.
I like that. And I noticed that too. When I started seeing the, 3 or 5 emails, it started like, oh, I can tell a much fuller story. My origin story can be woven into that. And, our goals, our strategic goals, that are part of our mission, the mission statement and the vision. How do I want to see the change? And so within 3 to 5 emails, okay, now you can say, I don't have to cram everything into email number 1. Hey, I can let them know over the next 5 days, we'll send you some emails so you get to know us and see if
Absolutely.
it's a fit,
Yep.
whether it's in business or in ministry. And I love the fact that the thought of an email campaign is just brilliant. And I'm so glad you worked on this software and are getting it out to everybody. All right, Rose has a question.
I'm
Hi,
trying
Rose.
to understand. Hi, how you doing? I'm trying to, so I have a website and I'm doing activities. So now I'm trying to differentiate between a funnel and my email campaign and look at my overall process to figure out what I need to do when and where and how. And Todd, I'll be getting to you about the 90 days starting August the 1st. I want to start after July 26th, which is National Auntie and Uncle Day.
Yeah.
So I want to figure out like when will I use an email versus a funnel? And then so emails are for a short duration of 7 days, where a funnel might take them through a longer process of converting them from this step to this step to this step. Am I understanding that properly?
Yes, correct. So email is a funnel multiplier. Okay, so let's just say I opt into your event, but I forget that day 1 started. Right? Well, your email sends day 1 starting. Okay, and so that your email brings them back to your funnel. It's almost like your way of communicating and bringing them back to your way. So a funnel is, okay, so here's how I like to describe it. Okay, there's a home, a driveway, and your location. All right, your dream home is what you build your website, your branding, all of your things that are like your main business that's never going to go away, right? Your courses, your stuff that's there. Now that's your dream home. That's where you want your customer to come and hang out with you for the next 10 years, giving you money every month. Okay. That's your dream. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the second part is your funnel, which is your driveway. How are you inviting people back to your dream home? Well, now each event is saying, hey, if you guys want to come to this event, sign up here, join the email list, and then we're going to email you the event login. Okay. Well, so that is that you inviting them back with a funnel. Well, that's capturing their email. The long-term goal is you having them long-term in your business. Well, you need an email at the bare minimum. It's better to have an email of buyers. So if you're opting in to buy, right, that's a different list. But your list is your asset of your business, your email list. Your funnel is how you got them onto your email asset. Okay. So now the location is where are you inviting them back? Now, if you're on social media and you're saying, hey, I have an event coming up on August 1st, here's my funnel, here's the link to my funnel, and then you invite them to your funnel, then they opt in, which is join your email list, and then you email them when it comes down to August 1st.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So my National Auntie Day is July the 20th to 26th, Uncle and Auntie Day. And I didn't start communicating to people. Well, I already told them about it, but I started reminding them daily on Monday to do a
Beautiful.
social media campaign to highlight your auntie and uncle. But the event is on Saturday and worship is on Sunday. So that would have been excellent if I had set this up in the email for those 7 days.
Absolutely. That campaign, exactly what you're talking about. So now it's a countdown to the 7 days, and then on Saturday, and then on Sunday's worship, and you have an entire thing. And then you might have think about it. That's the leading up to the event. So that's when you asked, do you have a checklist to what do we implement? That's leading up to the event. And then once the event happens, what's the recap? So you might have a recap of saying, if you miss this, here's a recap and how you could still get involved for the next time. And then that's creating that relationship with them. And that's the separation of the checklist, right? So here's the checklist of the campaign to count it down. And then here's once it happens, what happens afterwards. And that's a separate campaign.
All right. And so then after that, after the event is inviting them to the trainings and the that's going to go all throughout the year until this time next year, where we do another email campaign for next year's celebration. Okay.
Absolutely. And now every year your email gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And now more and more people are going to know because your email list grows over the time.
Okay.
Correct. It's like a social media following, but OG style. So yeah. Yeah. Before social media. But here's the thing is social media can go and can come and go. Well, email list has been tried and true for a long time. And so it'll probably be here in the next 10, 20 years still. So
It's the thing that stays. And that's the value right there. That is business value, your email list for sure. For business, for nonprofit, whatever it is, for sure that is. Yeah. Good. All right. I'm glad that helped, Rose. Yeah. God bless you. And Jeff, we are at the time limit here, and maybe next time we can get you to show us some more of what you've done in the Repurposer 9000.
yeah,
That's amazing.
absolutely. Yeah.
That is so amazing. Thank you for sharing. Guys, give Jeff some love. Drop a 1 or a heart in the comments if that was helpful to you. Jeff, thank you so much for your time, man.
Yeah.
That was really good. So, all right, guys, be blessed. We are back on tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Pacific is going to be 6 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific. So God bless you guys. See you tonight. Same bat time, same bat channel. Talk to you there. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.